Alright guys, so you have your rafters built. They should look something like this. Right now we're going to fill in our gable area. Okay. Now it's going to add a little bit of extra support, but it's not going to support a whole lot because right now our rafters are supported pushing on each other right here, as well as we gave the rafter seats so they're on those outside bearing walls. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create your 2x4. We're going to have a flat 2x4. We're going to lay it on its side, right? So it's going to be, I'm going to just type in 7 feet. Let's go 7 feet, comma, 3.5 inches, because it's 3.5 inches because it is laying flat. Then we'll go ahead and click on that, pull it up, 1.5 inches. Now we have a 7-foot 2x4. Okay. Don't forget to triple click on it, right click and make group. That should be old news to you guys, but just as a reminder to make sure it gets done. Once you've made it into a group, go ahead and grab that, move it up to the top, go ahead and throw it into your gable area. So this will sit right on top of your top plate. This will basically be the bottom plate for our for our gable wall. So you grab it on the corner, go ahead and make it level or even with your actual top plate and not this wall. If you need to delete this wall or hide this wall, you can click hide, okay? And then go ahead and move this over, okay, and put it on top of your top plate. Now mine fits pretty much perfect just past that line to right there. That's exactly how you want it. And let's go to the other side. It's going to be a little bit short, so I need to pull it out, which means I'm going to need to go into the group and edit it. So go ahead and click into your group. When it's dotted, you know you can edit that part, right? Everything else is faded out, so you're no longer can edit anything else, just what you have in that group. Pull it out till about that same spot to where your 2x4, your bottom plate 2x4 is right at the rafter. Okay, you can go ahead and angle it a little bit differently just to get that perfect match. Now, we could take it over here, trim it perfect so it fits right there, but we don't have to do that. Right now, we're just pulling it out just enough to where it meets that rafter and it can add a little support. That's all we need it to do right now. It's not carrying a lot of weight from the building. It'll carry a little, but not a whole lot. Once we do that, go ahead and look in the middle. So go right below your ridge beam. So remember we have our ridge beam right there. Ridge beam. Go right below it. We're going to get a little bit of an upward view, and we're going to create a 2x4, and we're going to have it go straight up, just like our studs, right? Because it will become a stud. So go ahead and get your rectangle tool, draw it on top of your new bottom plate for your gable. Do 1.5 inches, comma, 3.5 inches. Enter. So we've made the outline of it. Go ahead and pull it up. Now, just for exaggerated purposes, make it 7 feet, right? Once you've done that, triple click on it, make it into a group. Now, what you want to do is this is lined up perfect right here. And if you look at the top, we want it to be lined up so it's coming straight out of our actual ridge beam. So there's multiple ways you could try and do that. You could zoom out a little bit, try and get that perfect angle right there. You could come over here, grab that bottom corner, move it over until you get it just perfect. Okay, maybe you moved it and you think it's perfect, and now you go in and you look and you're like, oh man, it's just a little bit off. I want it perfectly underneath there. That's what I really want. Well, if that's what you really want, here's how you make that happen for sure. You come underneath, right? Get a good angle. You can see it's slightly off. Now, when you click move, you can click right here and move. When you click that, okay, click your right or left arrow, okay? That'll make it move along the green or red axis. Now, I want it to move along the green axis. I'm going to click my right arrow, and now it will only move side to side. Okay, actually, it's along the red axis. If I click the other arrow, the left arrow, then it will move it front and back, right? I do not want that. So when I click to move, just do my right arrow. You can have to figure out, depending on how you built your shed, which one is right for you, and move it until I get it perfectly on that line. Now, once I've done that and I can see that that first stud is perfect, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click into it, or actually if you look, it's just a little bit off. So let's click out. Let's move it again. And let's tap that arrow to make sure. There we go. Now it's perfect. So I'm going to click into it now to where it's blue dots, right? I can't edit it like this. I have to click into it like this. Blue on the outside, dots in the middle. Grab my line tool. I'm going to go to the X on the intersection, drag it all the way across. Now when I do that, if you can't see it from right there, but if you zoom up, the top of it will be white, whereas the bottom will be blue dots. That means I did it correctly because I segregated those areas, top to bottom. Now I can click up here, click this spot so it goes blue. You see how that changed from the bottom. Get my push-pull tool and push it away. Now I've trimmed that first stud. Now we are going to come back to that stud, but we've created our center to hold our ridge beam, right? That will hold most of the weight. Okay. Next thing we're going to do, click out. We're going to copy, okay, this 2x4 that we created. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy it. So get your movement tool, go to a corner, and actually select it, make sure you're on it. Go to a corner, right? Click on it to move it, tap Control, and make your copy. Now set it just perfectly, just like that. That would be perfect right there. And what you want to do, you can tap Q or go to your rotate tool. Click on the top corner of it, drag it straight along that line, and we're going to raise it up. Now, you made your roof at a certain pitch. You typed in that pitch. Hopefully you remember it. Mine was 45. So once I start moving it, I can just type in 45. You can see down where it says angle, it changed it. And it's going to now match my rafter perfectly. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to get my movement tool. I'm going to click right here and I'm going to drag it. I'm going to keep my mouse cursor along the bottom of my rafter because that will keep my board perfect with my rafter. Once I get it to where it touches my bottom 2x4, then I'm going to stop. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click into this and I'm going to edit it to trim that bottom piece away. Just like this. You can see this went dotted and that went white, so I know it worked perfectly. Click that area, make sure you click it, pull that away. Now I've trimmed that bottom. So now if I come up here, before I click out, I can see I need to trim this piece, right? So I'm going to make sure I click right here. Now I'm going to go along this line, even if it's not perfectly lined up right there. That's okay. As long as we're building it to where it's all connecting and holding. I want to make sure it goes to the X. If it doesn't go to that intersection, you won't see the dots change, right? So it went no dots here and dotted here. That means it worked. It segregated those two areas. So now I can just go over here, kind of move up, click on this upper part to edit it. When it has dots, you can edit it, push it away. Okay? Now I've trimmed that first piece. I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other side. All right, so let's move down. Let's move on down here. And let's zoom in right here. Get our movement tool. Well, let's select our 2x4 first. Movement tool. Click on that corner, tap Control, and raise it up to where our corner is just about to touch that 2x4 or that rafter, right? Then I get my rotator. Click on the corner and drag along the side. Once I do this, I'll just begin to pull up and I'll type in my 45 degrees, just 45, enter, because that's what I made my rafters at. Okay, you could, if you made yours at 35, that's fine. Type in 35 and it will automatically line itself up if you made this corner just about to touch. Now get your movement tool, drag it along that line to where it's just about there, right? And then you're going to click in to edit it. Just draw that line across just like we did on the other side. And pull that away. Okay. There we go. Now we'll move up to the top, rotate a little bit so I can get a good view here. Okay. Click in to edit that piece again, give me my line tool. Click. Let me move up a little bit, get a better view. There we go. Go back to line tool, finish that click. Now you see how it's not wanting to give me that X? I had to wait until I can find it, even if I zoom in or have to move my angle a little bit. Move out here, and let's edit this upper piece. Okay, now that piece is gone, right? Not an issue. Now we have this beautiful triangle that we've created. Okay, you can color it your wood color, that's fine. You can do it now or later. Now here's what you're going to do, and this is going to be a trick. Okay, measure about 16 inches, or you can go 8 inches. It's fine either way. Right here we can see we have a stud right here. 16 inches over is right here, right? So I'm just going to move my stud to about right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select on this one, get my movement, grab the bottom corner, tap my control, this is going to make my copy, right? And just keep my mouse cursor on that bottom corner to about where I want it. And just put it about, let's just go right there, right? And then I'm going to leave it. Now, once I unclick, I don't touch anything. If you look down at the bottom where it says 3 feet 1/4 inch, I haven't touched anything. I'm going to hit divide, that / button, and I'm going to say 3. Right? Now when I hit enter, it's going to fill the distance in between it perfectly even with 2 more studs. Right? So if you count it, 1, 2, 3. So it created actually 3 sections. So it divided it by 3. And it made them all spaced perfectly. Okay? So all I have to do now is come over here, click into each one, get my line tool, edit it just like I did those others. Right? Click, push it away. I'm going to come over, click into the next one, get my line tool, put it right on that line. Okay? Click the top, push it away. I'm going to come up here to this one. I can move a little bit to rotate, make it look good. Right? Click into edit it. Oh, grab my line tool, draw that line, click the top, push it away. Now you're going to do the same thing with the other side. Okay? So we've done everything. You know how to do it now technically. Get your move, you click on it, click your piece that you want to move to guarantee you're going to move it. Drag, tap control, it'll make your copy. Drag it to where it gets to 3 feet 1/4 inches, right? Because that's where we moved our other one. Or you can just type, because you've kept it on a line, 3 feet 0.25, which is 1/4 inches, enter. It will set itself perfectly over, same measurement as that one. Then we just tap divide by 3. Or actually, I moved my screen, right? So let's go back to my movement tool. Divide by 3, and it filled in our gaps. Then we're going to move through and edit that last part. Okay? So click in, draw those lines, and push pull them away. Oh, went the wrong way right there. Right? So push pull it away. Sometimes you have to change your angle, and that's fine. Right? Click, draw that line, click on it, push pull it away. Do the same thing for that last one up there. Draw that line, push pull it away. Now the next thing you want to do, I have about 1 minute left in this video. Hold down control and tap each part. Okay, each part that we just built, because what you're going to do is you're going to make it one group, and you're going to copy that and drag it to the other side. So you held down control while you clicked on each one with your selector, make group. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to get that group, get your movement tool, and we're going to move it all the way over here. Okay, we're going to set it up perfectly. Now you need this part to disappear, right? Just go ahead, click hide, bam, you got it. Movement tool, move this over to where it lines up perfectly. Okay, you can zoom in if you need to because it's trying to stick right there. You can pull this upper part over. Okay, just get it lined up perfectly. It's gonna be difficult. but it's alright, you can do it. And that's about time for today. So go ahead